Hey, what's up? It's your boy BobbySapphire, and today I am joined by my boy Steviegets and his KTOD Star Wars Unlimited Cube. What's up, Steve?
What up? What up? How's everybody doing today? Yeah, baby, we're back with some cube action. It's pretty good timing. About within the past 2 or 3 weeks, Mike sent me something that popped up on his Facebook,
Yep.
and this is literally the epitome of why I love cube. It was probably what, 10, 12, 13 years ago? I don't know.
Yeah, probably
But
like 10,
we got
maybe 12.
yeah, we got stuck at Dulles International Airport after Star Wars CCG World Championships for probably 15, 16 hours. Flight was delayed. It was at a weird time too because they literally had no food.
Yeah,
Like there
we were
wasn't a
in one of
food
those
court
wings
open.
where there was no food, and we would have had to like leave and go back through security if we wanted to eat, which in hindsight we probably should have done.
Yeah, I think they gave us like the little 50-cent bag of Lay's or whatever like that. It was something stupid. But like for real, 15 hours, we just straight grinded Winston drafting cube. Like it was a magic cube that I used to have.
Yeah, fully powered
That we
Magic Cube.
for sure that we play all the time. But like literally, obviously, it was a little hungry, but I wasn't even mad that we were stuck in the airport because the entire time we were just gaming, and every single draft was different, which is the greatest part about the cube is there's so much variety to be had there.
Yeah, I think we ended up taking off at like 2 a.m. and I think like got in sometime late the next morning. I don't even remember. But yeah, I mean, we've Winston so many times. You might, if you're into Cube, you might have already watched our Winston videos because we posted a couple, and we have another Winston game with Steve's Cube coming up right after our explanation of the Cube. You could check out the full list in the comments, but we're going to go through it in a couple minutes. The other thing I want to shout out is how insane that Darksaber box is. It's modeled after the Star Wars CCG anthology boxes, which is like, and then the PC put this out. Uh,
Yeah, shout out to my boy Chris Schoenthal, get hooking up with the box. Appreciate it as
Yep.
always.
What a dude. And then Steve's cube is also just about fully foiled with even some showcases in there to get the foiling to the next level.
Yeah, I'd say it's about 95% foil. Still missing about 10 random cards. They're not even legendaries either, so it's strange. I just have a hard time putting it together. But yeah, trying to pimp it out. For some weird reason in this game, nobody likes foils. Like they're super undervalued. People were just giving me stuff. Like shout out to all the people that have helped out. Really appreciate it. But like it's a sweet, sexy little cube, and hopefully one day foil prices take off and maybe make a little profit. Who knows?
There you go. Yeah, I mean, I just literally put every foil I get in a sleeve and then in a stack to give to you. That's like that dark saber. I think I ripped as a foil. I've got a couple others legendaries that I was hoping to give to you, but now I don't know what to do with them. Try and sell my
Yeah, for
Mando
sure.
foil. Um,
I've got about 4 or 5 showcases in there. I mean, it'd be sweet to get all 16, but that's going to be pretty expensive.
yeah,
If
it's also
any of
tough
our
because
followers
Vader
have
and Luke
one
don't
and
have
doesn't
one.
want it,
Yeah, donate your
yeah,
showcases here.
donate your showcases. Just send them along. Maybe I can get Bobby and Maddie and Justin to use some of our KTOD funds to subsidize the cost, assuming we can actually like get all the shipping taken care of.
Yeah, hey, you know I'd be on board for that. You only got to convince one person.
That's true.
All right. Anything else to say about Cube? So Cube is like a bespoke collection of cards. It's 360 cards. Um, and the thing that you do is like it's 360. Steve explains later on in the video, which we're re-recording this part, that like if you have 8 players, you're going to draft the entire cube. You shuffle it, you randomize it, you put it into 15 card packs, and you draft it like you would a normal draft. And the thing that I love about cube is that you don't need packs. You can do it wherever. Like if you're at a gaming convention or a store and they don't have packs, and we all know what it was like in set one to not have packs. You have this cube, you always have a draft ready to go. You always have something to play, and you can do a 4-man, you can do a 6-man, and then again, like you can do 2-mans. That's what Steve and I do, the Winston drafts. So it's really just the
Yeah,
best accessory to have.
absolutely. It's like he said, the variety is there. Like it's 360 cards. It's only one of every card, which I think is important to
Yeah,
note.
singleton.
And no matter what you do, even though it's the same 360 cards every time, no draft is ever the same. And that's what I love about draft. I get so bored grinding out games of Premier. Boba versus Jin or Boba versus Ray or whatever
Yeah.
the matchups. They're always the same. and it just gets monotonous. And that for me just is probably why I'm bad at Premiere. But like the variety that the cube offers, and it's always different, and you're always having a new experience. For me, like that's the real sticking point.
Yeah, and one of the things you'll notice about Steve's cube is that he designed it based on archetypes. So like the mono red aggro decks are there somewhere. If you're drafting 8 people, you kind of like got to read the signals just like you would a normal draft. But like red's there, red aggro. It doesn't have to be mono red. It could be red villain, it could be red hero. It's got blue green control elements. It's got the yellow like the mono yellow elements, tempo elements. The decks are there for you to find while you're drafting, and it's like your responsibility as a drafter to sort of like put a deck together. It's not just about picking the best of every color. It's about actually trying to put one of these decks together in 30 cards.
Absolutely.
Cool. All right. Let's take a look at the individual list. We're going to start with blue. All right. Taking a look at this list of blue cards, what can you say about your decisions here, especially surrounding like the leaders that you went with?
Yeah, I think the leaders, there's a good point to touch on. We didn't mention that there's 24 leaders in the deck, or the cube, I should say. So similar to how the regular cards are set up, 360, 8 people, you draft the full thing. There's 24 leaders. Idea is you draft every leader if you have 8 people. Personally, I don't have 7 friends, so like doing this is very rare. But when we built it, I wanted to have that ability. So you'll see like some of the stuff is we cut out the redundant, the chat. So like for blue, for instance, there's no reason to have both Iden and Krennic because they're both going to be your blue control leader. So like if somebody had to get cut, I chose to keep Iden personally because I know how much Maddie loves Iden. If you're a big fan of Krennic, you can keep Krennic and cut Iden. The great aspect about the cube is you can do whatever you want. Like whatever makes you happy, you should do it. Like for me, I decided to go one way, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's what's best for everyone or what's best for you. Like you can take this list and you can change it up. The idea is to have fun and do what you want to do.
Yeah,
For
one of the
me,
things.
blue is just.
Oh, sorry.
Go
One of
ahead.
the things I was looking forward to is like being able to, after a couple sets, like have a full episode 1 cube and a full like original trilogy cube.
Yeah,
I think
I
that'd be
mean
fun.
that's what's great about this game is they're cranking out sets and they're cranking it out fast.
Yeah.
We were talking a little bit this morning about what we're going to do for set 3 or set 4. And like personally, I want to try to build some cubes where I have like set 1 and set 2, and then we'll do a set 3 and set 4 cube. Like the sets themselves seem very standalone and there's little interaction between the two. You notice with set 1, there's a lot of Imperials and Rebels, not so much set 2. And with the size of each individual set, I think I had to cut maybe 7 to 15 cards out of each color to get the necessary numbers. So there's definitely a lot of room to play going in the future. Like you could have one with every set and you just have all the bombs and legendaries and rares, and that could be fun. But trying to figure out what is best for you, I think, is the cool aspect of it.
Yeah. And blue's your favorite color.
Absolutely. Like Chewbacca's my dude. Like no matter what the format, no matter what, if I see him, pack one, pick one all day, every day. Like drafting that blue control, that's what I want to be doing. I love me some good Wookiees.
Yep. All right. Let's move on to green. I see you got Boba Fett, Hera, Leia, Jabba, Tarkin, Palpatine. Anything specific you want to say about those leaders and maybe why you left like Moff Gideon off or
Yeah, I think that was the biggest decision I had to make, or at least one that I actually farmed out to the rest of the team was do we want to go with Tarkin or do we want to go with Moff Gideon?
yeah.
Because they kind of filled a similar role, same thing with Iden versus Krennic. Um, but like Tarkin, I just felt like had more universal applications. While you necessarily had to try to be some type of an aggro deck with Gideon, I wanted to basically give a little bit more variety, especially the fact that I don't really have 7 friends. So the times that we draft this with 8 people are very rare.
Yeah.
So having that little bit more flexibility to have a good leader when you're winsoning, I think goes a long way. Definitely, you kind of have the ramp theme with green on the villain side. The hero side was actually like interesting because green heroes are kind of mopey in general.
Yeah, I
Like
think
I
Boba Fett is
forget
really
it
good because there's so many keywords when you build a cube like this.
definitely. But like Hera and Leia are kind of just meh. And we don't really ever see any green hero leaders in constructed either.
Yeah,
Um, it
true.
always seems like green's the support color. Like, yeah, granted, ECL is very powerful, so it makes sense if you're playing green to use that. But I don't think I've seen any actual like success with some green leaders for hero, at least.
No, not since like Leia kind of got pushed out of the meta. I think Hera is still good in because she gives a token any unique unit, right? It's not Spectre, it's unique unit.
Yeah, and she
So
gives you that flexibility to play the other colors, which I think will pop up
yeah, I
a
think that's
lot in
really cool in Cube.
yeah, especially in Winston, because if you look at some of the other Winston drafts Mike and I have done, a lot of the theme of the draft is like hate drafting what he's going. If I know what he's going, like I end up wanting to have more cards than he and trying to figure that out. Hera just gives you more flexibility to have more playables, and you can play some stuff that's off color, which I
Yeah,
think is
I
pretty
think
cool.
she's like the perfect Cube leader, really. All right, popping over to red. Definitely some aggressive leaders here. We got Bo, we've got Red Han, we've got Sabine, Kylo, Bosk, Vader. Like this is like all damage all the time. And then of course like the Hot Shot Blaster's there. That's kind of a yellow card, which is interesting for cube dynamics. But again, you know, this is just all the hottest stuff.
Yeah, like I think in a couple of the drafts we've done, I know Maddie had a lot of success going mono red. I drafted a mono red deck that was actually pretty bad, but like there is the ability to play like double colors, especially in red. I've seen that a few times now, and you just want to try to be as aggressive as possible, especially in cube where people have that mentality like, oh, I opened a pack, here's a vendor. Vendor's great. Like, let's play all my bombs when you start playing when you start hedging that way just because these are the most powerful cards and that's fun, there's really the opportunity to get in there and attack fast and just kill your opponent before they even have the chance to play those cards.
Yeah, and I
And
love
I
how like the double red cards are in here too. Like all the double color card, not all, but like the good ones are in here to like, you know, am I gonna get to play that? Like, do I take aggression early because I can play it for 6? Like, what about Bo-Katan? You know?
Yeah, and the other thing too is the time that I drafted mono red is you start with a red leader and you're like, okay, I'm going to play some aggressive. And as the draft goes on, you're noticing you keep getting these low drop red cards tabling. Like you get those signals. And once you realize that mono red's open and no one else is going red, you can really have a truly busted deck. Same thing like was the Magic Cube. Like when everyone's trying to draft these fun, balmy things, but once you start noticing that no one's taking any red cards whatsoever,
Yeah, you
like
just
it
jump
really
in.
opens the door for a quick, yeah.
Yeah, that's when your draft signals and like draft skill come into play. The other thing we should note, just like a regular draft, you do get to use whatever generic base you want to go along with these. But then, as we'll get to in a couple slides, the rare bases are also splashed in, which is cool.
Absolutely.
So yeah, it seems pretty straightforward with these yellow. I think like yellow probably pretty stacked for leaders. You got Fennec in there. That's the only one that's like, you know, a card that hasn't really seen play in limited or constructed for this game. But Han Solo, the Mandalorian, Thrawn, Cad Bane, Boba, all strong in their own right.
Yeah, it kind of came down to Fennec versus Lando. It was kind of like the battle of the numpties, like which is the worst leader. You got to fit one of them in there. Neither one of them have really seen much play. I think the ambush ability on Fennec definitely adds some value there, even though she's a mopey leader. I didn't think there was enough smuggle to be able to actually draft a successful singleton type of deck.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of why I left Lando off. But I mean, you get the ability from Han to ramp. I mean, the Mandalorian's just great, and of course, all the villain leaders are just stacked. Like Boba and Cad are both super powerful in draft. We've seen Thrawn. Obviously, he doesn't get played as much, but I think he adds some dynamics, a different dynamic to be able to stretch out the game and kind of play a controlling deck in a color other than blue. Or you can even do blue with Thrawn and kind of have both best of both worlds there.
Yeah, and I like that Fennec adds something. Like the other option for yellow hero is like Jin, and her ability is straight up good, but it doesn't change the sort of flow of the game as much as Fennec's can when Fennec's pops off. And like Lando, you can still build a pretty low to the ground deck with Fennec.
Definitely.
All right, and then we've got just the hero villain cards and all the bases. Was there anything specific you left off of these? I don't know how many potential options are, but it seems like most of the straight up heroic and villain cards are here.
Yeah, I think I only had to cut maybe two of each, two hero, two villain. I kind of wanted to include the rare bases. Otherwise, I could have gone like with just about everyone. But like even one of the things I was looking at is almost all the hero and villain cards in a vacuum are pretty solid.
Yeah, I
Like
agree.
there's very few cards that are just bad, and the fact that they're not attached to a color really adds some flexibility and helps you get to your playable number.
Yeah, the flexibility is huge. Like just even like a Grief Karga, right? Is like he's gonna like he can pull something and but in like you're gonna be heroic or whatever. Like he's gonna fill that gap in a way that like some of the other cards can't. You just like playing cards on cost versus playing cards for the aspect penalty is just so it makes your deck so much smoother in draft.
Definitely. And like the one thing to always keep in mind is, and what I love about this, like being able to Winston or Cube in just draft in general with this deck is, with this game, I should say, is you're not tied to anything with like mana. Like in Magic, if you don't have enough playables, you're kind of stuck. With this game, if you don't have enough playables, it's okay because you just lay them as resources. Like I've had a few draft decks where I've only had 20 playables, and I've never had to actually play a card that's off.
Yeah, you just think of those cards as auto resources, right? As lands.
Absolutely.
And yeah, that does make this game. And I think honestly it makes the cube like that much better for this game versus other games.
For sure.
Cool. All right. Well, I appreciate you talking through this list. We're going to have the list posted in the description. And now you can check me and Steve Winston against each other for the billionth time.
Yeah, definitely. If anybody has any questions or needs some help with anything like that, feel free to DM me. I might not get back to you right away, but they're always right there.
Yeah, for sure. Hit us up, and then we'll continue to evolve the cube as more sets come out, and maybe do different cubes. So just follow along on our YouTube channel for all the cube content you could possibly want.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Peace.
Later. Okay, so you've seen the cube, and now we're gonna Winston. If you haven't watched our previous Winston video, you can check it out, where we teach you the rules of Winston. It's a 1v1 draft format. You'll pick it up as you go. So in the cube, you have every leader?
24 liters.
24 liters. Okay, so 24 liters. So you said the best thing to do would be to shuffle these up. I'm not looking, right?
He's looking.
I'm not looking.
He always looks for the incremental advantage.
All right, you explain then.
So basically, it's awkward because they're dual-sided and I just have an itch for clear sleeves. So basically, you just want to like shuffle them up, randomize it somehow, blind cut it, and then take this top 6 cards off. So what we're going to do is lay out the top 6. And the idea is...
Ooh, woof.
Woof. We're going to alternate picks between the players. First pick will get 1 pick. Second pick will get 2 picks. Then I'll go back to player 1 with 2 picks and round it out with 1.
All right, we're going to high roll for that Chewbacca.
Yeah, you're going for Chewbacca? I probably always go for Chewbacca.
That's why I said.
I know.
All right.
I love me some Wookiees.
I got a 10.
I got a 10. There's no way I'm beating that.
Oh. All right. Well, I don't know the cube, but I gotta go with my boy Chewbacca. He's the best.
Awkward.
These seem like all good leaders for a cube, without knowing what's in the cube. We haven't recorded the video that you've already watched yet.
Yeah. Basically, it's a 360 card cube, and I tried to evenly distribute everything.
I'm gonna put that on there so
put it that
viewers
way.
can see. That cutoff is like right there. All right, and he's getting 2.
I get 1 more. So all 3 heroes. could completely cut him. So like, here's the thought. Like, I kind of want to take Iden to completely cut him off from villain.
Yep.
I think that's the way I gotta go.
Okay. Well, if I am forced into hero and he's got blue-green, I could just take these and feed him green and just not worry about green at all and just cover the other colors.
So the interesting thing about Winston is it's kind of like poker in a sense where you're almost playing the opponent and you're playing the cards that you see in the packs. And this is the really interesting aspect of the leader draft, and I've touched upon this in a couple of my live draft sets where you really need to be playing the opponents and seeing what they're doing during the leader draft. All right, cool.
So I'm gonna put them like that so everyone can see while we Winston. All right, so now we've got the cube, and Steve said he shuffled for a half an hour. So how do you want to do the 6 15 card packs? Are we doing 15?
I think so.
Okay.
A lot of this is going to be trial and error. I think you count out 45 cards, I count out 45 cards, and we rock and roll. And we shuffle my packs with your packs, but
yeah. Hopefully I will have time lapse this part.
yeah, I mean, you can do whatever wizardry you do with it.
Yeah. And then you just want to make sure everything is completely shuffled. So I'll shuffle mine.
So for any of you who are wondering how I shuffled the cube, if you've ever been to a blackjack table, it's literally the best way I've found to shuffle.
Just mix them all around.
No, I guess they do that at the beginning, but more so what I was thinking about is you take 2 stacks.
Yep, and then you just weave them together.
Yeah, basically you just weave them together, go the 2 on the top, kind of shuffle, put them there. And then on the next step, when you go with these ones, also move these into the top half of the remaining stack. And then you just get a really good randomization, and you basically start with two stacks on each side and then work your way into it. And that's a pretty good way. I apologize, these sleeves are brand new. They're probably a little slippery, a little slick, but we'll make it work. Okay.
All right, and they're doubled?
They're doubled.
All right.
The goal is to get all foils for the cube. I'm about 70% there, I'd say.
I have tons of foils to put in here today,
Sweet.
too. Which way are we starting from?
Start this way. It doesn't matter what way you start, but I like to start away from the stack.
Away from the stack. Got
Yeah.
it. All right, and I had first pick, so you drafting first?
Yes.
Okay. And then do you want to flash those to the... Do we want to flash them to the camera?
Yeah, we
And
could
not look?
try to do that, I guess.
I think that makes the most sense.
What does that do? I'm going off the top.
Ooh, off the top on the first one.
Womp womp.
All right, so we're looking hero, as we have 2 hero cards.
Actually, that's kind of simple.
That seems really, really bonkers.
Uh-oh.
One really bonkers one and one non-bonkers one.
He says this every time we draft.
But I'm gonna take that. And I held it like that, so I think that will work for you too.
What, like this?
Yeah, and then just like up to the camera a little.
Ooh, alright, well. So, here's the interesting part. Alright, we're gonna gamble this. We'll see if this pays off. Sure.
Took the third pack.
Took the third pack.
That's pretty good, but I think we can do better. Oh yeah, that's where we want to be, right there. That's great.
Really?
I'd love to see that.
See, I think I misplayed that pack because I was like, oh, there's 2 green cards here. I'll leave these because he's going to not take the green card. So either that was a bomb card on top or he's going to be going green Chewy, and I know
Either or.
which way his deck is going.
I mean, I'm not necessarily even going Chewy. I think Mando could be an insane leader too. I'm not locked into Chewy.
Don't listen to him.
But I probably should have, you know, in the 3rd straight Winston we've done, and I feel like I've messed up the leader draft. I think I should have first picked Iden. So I could have a blue villain element. Alright. Getting a 5th card in that stack. Yeah, that's pretty tempting, but I think we go off the top. And I think we regret not taking one of those first 2. Interesting.
That's a little awkward.
Alright, remind me not to go off the top anymore.
But we're going to try it.
Yeah, 5 cards, too good.
Yeah.
5 cards, too good. So this is like the perfect opportunity where like, I probably don't want him to have this. And it's only a 1 card pack. So do I take it this early when there's 2 3 card packs, one of which I already know that I kind of want. So I'm going to give him that.
He's not hating.
I'm going to give him that just because I'm not sure.
That's
that
a
he'll even
surprise
go that.
because Mike's usually a pretty big hater.
Yeah, usually. And I'm not even like totally in love with this one.
He's going off the top again.
But I'm not going after that. I'm taking some playables. Taking some playables.
Ooh, that's saucy.
That going off the top hurts so bad. It scarred me. Oh, he's not taking it. All right. That tells me everything I need to know now, that he's not villain red. If he was villain red, there's no way he doesn't take that Ruthless Raider. I can't imagine there are better villain red cards in this whole cube than Ruthless Raider. Now, do we think he's not even villain? Because these 2 cards are insane, and we can't go villain. So do we hate?
This is where the mind games start.
This is where the mind games start to play. I think that the middle card is good enough, and the other 2 are good enough that.
If you hate too much, though, you run out of playables.
For sure,
Ooh,
I definitely don't want to be hating too much.
Okay, I got it.
But it certainly makes me wish that I had gone with that first pick Iden, because then I would just move into red villain. That's not bad, but I think we need a better. Okay. If it shares an aspect with your base. Oh wait, I can't say that out loud because he might figure out what that is. Nah, Steve doesn't know what cards do.
No, I'm reading Boba Fett the Leader right now to see what he does.
I kind of think that that's interesting.
Oh my god.
But we'd have to be pretty mono.
It's so fucking hot in here now. I forgot I'm not supposed to swear.
Wait, okay. And then this is. Oh my god.
It's going off the top.
We really screwed up. We really, really screwed up.
We playing for 20s right now?
I'll trade you that Iden for anybody.
I still got my 20 in my box from the last one we did.
All right, if you wanna trade me that Iden, I will pay. I play for any amount, like legitimately right now, any amount.
See, that's where you run into trouble when you hate too much.
I mean, it just one went off the top. The card I'm looking at right now is absolutely disgusting.
Does this mean I should move into Iden? Oh. I have a ton of hero cards right now.
Alright, I'm gonna leave that. I'm not gonna explain why now. Yeah, that's playable. I think I'm really feeling the effects of not having a villain leader right now.
Oh, that's a gross pack.
I'm gonna take that.
That's an interesting card, though. Going off the top, baby.
Let's go.
What a savage rip. Savage rip off the top.
Is it really?
Yeah.
All right. So this is perfect for me. This is exactly what I think I want to be doing from here on out.
I don't know if you guys saw that. But...
Ooh. All right, maybe that's not what we want to be doing.
Oh!
Yeah, we're taking that. All right, so I had left one of those cards in the middle to see if Steve would take it as an attempt to get a signal. So, barring the first pack not being insane, I'm gonna reach for that middle one. That is kind of insane. I don't know if I can do much better than that. No, we're gonna go to the middle.
Oh!
All right, paid off big time.
Bam.
All right, I think I learned a lot by Steve taking that pack. We gotta get some foils in here. Let's see if I, oh yeah, definitely have that. Ooh, baby. All right, it's coming together.
Mine is actually not.
Ooh, I think this is good enough that we just take that. We have that on lockdown. We have that on lockdown, fam. Yeah, that's easy. I mean, that's exactly what we want there. Man, even though all that red and blue villain stuff, that's the fun thing about Cube is that so many of the cards are insane. So you're always like getting great stuff. All right, the rest of these are 1. That's an easy no. That's an easy yes, I think. Last pack, 1 card in our color instead of going off the top. Makes too much sense. Nope, still no. Nope, going off the top. Let's go. 1 time. Give me the 1 time. Boom. Blammo.
Get there?
That's going in there. Ooh, that's hot. That is hot. No. No, going off the top again. Sad. I should have taken that middle one. That's funny. 2 in a row.
Oh, that's gross.
2 in a row.
Give it to him, though.
These were our last 2 off the top. That's too funny. Alright, I'm shipping that. And just gonna take that. Getting low on cards.
Okay.
I'm scared to count my playables. I don't know. I don't think so. Woof. Not good. Oh, not good. Hope we have enough playables. We don't have enough playables, so yep, that's gonna do it. For 20s.
No, he said no. My deck is rough. I have like 14 playables.
Yeah, I have more than that, but we definitely have some off-color resources or really live top decks on 11.
But I've always wanted, as soon as I saw Jabba the Leader in the spoilers, I was like, oh, I gotta play that. That's mine. That's for me. Alright, I'm gonna keep this.
Yeah, alright. We're not gonna pay 11 for that, so we're gonna keep. Actually, is this too rough of a keep? And all 6 drops? Yeah, we're gonna ship that actually.
Oh, come on.
3 6 drops.
You laid a resource though.
Yeah.
Hits the belt.
If we were playing for 20s, I would hold to that. But you're too big of a coward. Gentle riffle.
Probably one word never used to describe me.
All right, cut me up. Slice it thin.
Cool.
Gives bounties. Probably really good in this format. All right, much easier. 2 auto resources. And let's see, is it worth? So what was this one? I'm gonna research that one instead, and I'm gonna claim initiative. Oh, he gets to see it. Change of heart, Tobias, resupply, Slaver's Freighter.
Seems good.
All right, next turn.
Yep, next turn.
Let's lay that. And we're just gonna resupply.
Base you for 3. And I'll play a collection Star Hopper.
Ooh, okay.
Pass. We'll see. I get a little awkward.
All right. I'll pay 4 for Tobias.
Get you for 2.
All right, I'll claim.
Get you for 3. Let's go. Pass.
Two great draws here. Yeah, you know, I think think we just want to get Mando out safely. So we're going to ambush Emphas Nest. Gets -3/-0.
That seems good. That seems good.
Good.
Is that shield?
Yeah.
Cool.
Alright, hit your base for 4.
Hit your base for 2.
We'll deploy the Mandalorian.
Hit your base for 2.
Yep. Sorry, just 2.
You take the other 2, alright.
I will. Yeah, I'm gonna claim.
Okay, pass.
Yeah, this is tough. I like these all. I think that's just the weakest one.
Interesting.
All right, we're going to play Bounty Hunter's Quarry on. Should we do it on Rook? I don't know. No, we'll do it on the Privateer Seek and exhaust your Rook. Ooh, pain 6. Shieldy boy. I actually totally regret what I did now. Maybe you see my game plan. Yeah, I definitely should have bountied Rook. Alright, we're gonna ambush in the Rogue Squadron Skirmisher. And we're gonna pop the shield on Rook and not take any damage back because of the -3/-0.
That's really good. Hit you for 2.
Yep. I'll hit him for 5 with Emphas Nest.
Hit you for 2.
Alright. I'll kill him with the Mandalorian.
Take initiative.
Alright, hit you for 4. Pass.
That's interesting.
Alright. What are we doing?
Interesting. Alright, move it out. Let's try this.
Ooh, paying all 7.
I'll deal 3 damage, Enfys Nest, and I'll pop a shield on the Copper Juggernaut.
Definitely regretting some of my resource decisions. All right, we will hit your base for 4. Jabba comes out this turn. 2/12.
Yeah, that's interesting. I'll play that. Having the Rancor capture Beckett. Uh-oh.
Home one.
Seems good.
Yeah, that Beckett steal was big. Not super happy with the way I sequenced my stuff here. I think I had some really good opportunities.
Attack your base for 2.
Yep, I'll hit your base for 4 and restore 1.
Hit your base for 2.
Alright, I'll take initiative.
Hit your base for 2. You're at 22.
Mm-hmm.
Hit your base for 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Pass.
Alright, let's see if this works.
Got a feeling I punted this one.
No, I don't think you did. I don't think. Let's see, going to 9. Probably doesn't matter. Change of heart.
So you just steal it?
Steal it for the turn.
You're at 5, 10.
I got 4 HP left.
Oh. Just attack you.
Oh, yeah, I guess I can't do that. But I don't really have another move, because you just attacked me for 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason I thought I could. I guess, yeah, I had the Hot Shot Blaster to tap one of your guys down, but I needed to play 2 cards in a turn, one turn, like, at some point.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to bombing run. I should have bounty hunted Rook. So, not really happy with the way I played that one. GG, though.
The GG, the 2/2 off color, 2 drop ship, get in there.
I was about to bombing run those guys. I just didn't have time. I never had time. All right,
Nice.
GG's. That's the cube, baby.